Hey, aloha everybody. Well, I'm just sitting here on this rainy day at our home, stay at home. Let's stay at home. Okay, let's start over. Hey everybody, I'm Gina, then MamaGi Studio, welcome. I'm just sitting here at my, that was not good. I feel like my voice is really high. Start over. Hey everybody. Hey. Well, hello everybody. Let's start over. Okay. Hey everybody. My hand looked really big and it's all dirty. Hello everybody. Oh, cookie. Okay. Hey. Hi everybody. All right. Hey, welcome to my YouTube channel. Hey everybody. Aloha. Oh goodness, these intros are so awkward. But I always feel like my voice is really high and I really want to say like, but I'm gonna bring it down an octave or two and say welcome. Hello, I am Gina and I am a just like you at home. In here in the Pacific Northwest, it is completely rainy today. I'm sitting at my window looking out at my garden and it is just pouring rain. And while that is really disappointing because I would love to get outside and work out in the yard and pull weeds and get my garden started for this summer. And I actually could do that. I'm using it as an excuse, but I wanted to just share my morning journaling with you. I am passionate about journaling. I am so thankful for this little bit of extra time that we have to do some journaling and to maybe just like dive into passions that you have. Like I actually have always loved to journal, but I never have time. I'm a busy teacher and mom and wife and all of the good stuff. And I never have enough time on the plate, but it's so cool because now I feel like we have the gift of time. And while all of the crazy stuff is going on in the world and I, am just praying for people to get better and not get too sick from the coronavirus. It's just overwhelming, but and I definitely want this to be over. But the gift of time that it's been giving us at home to appreciate our family and to maybe get some to-do list things done. It's almost like someone saying, you have to stay home and you have to have time. And that is so weird, but I wish it wasn't under these circumstances, and I'm sure you do too. But at the same time, I'm excited to just pour into the things I love to do. I hope you guys are doing that too. So this morning, I just have been binge watching all of YouTube's about art collages and art journals, and I do a variety of different kinds of journaling, but I actually, I'm focusing this morning on collages. And I have found an amazing artist. Well, there are tons of artists out there that I adore, but another one that I love and you should check out is JLB Creative. That is James. His name is James Luke Burke. And I would love to say hi to him. Okay, can I just say that like this, what I'm getting ready to show you is, I hope he never sees this because it would be, his work is just so inspiring to me. And I heard about him from another person that inspires me, and that's Allie Brown. Hey, Allie Brown. But I this morning just sat down and I'm trying to use those little nuggets of wisdom that they've given me, the people that I have been just binge watching on YouTube and learning and being inspired by, to just do art. Just throw yourself into it. Don't worry about things. You're gonna see I make so many mistakes this morning on what I've done, but I don't even care. I'm just going to make this video. I am going to not worry about, I'm gonna be authentic. I actually would truly rather be authentic and real with you than to try and make this perfect, which is by nature what I do. It's a struggle. I always want to be perfect and I can't be, and I shouldn't want to be, but I always strive for it. I think it's just one of those things in your DNA and you have to boom, boom, you have to fight against it. So anyway, today, again, I've been making videos just because I love to make videos, and I don't even know if anyone will ever watch this, but I just thought this would be a fun thing to share with you. And what I think I love about all the videos I watch is that as you just watch someone put things together, you know, you might have in your mind like, oh yeah, I think they should do that. But regardless, something comes out of it, like something new that wasn't there before. So we're just gonna get to it. I am gonna take you to my Studio G. We are in MamaGi studio and we are going to create a page layout today for my journal that I wrote about just for today. Just a simple, fun collage. So with that being said, all the joy to you, and just sit back, relax, get a cup of coffee, and take a look at what I did. There's gonna be a lot of funny mistakes, but enjoy. And happy arting to you too. Awesome. All right, let's get started. I love Magnolia, and I've had this little magazine and journal around for quite some time. Jojo and I are best friends, although she doesn't know that, but we are. I love Magnolia and hope to go there someday. But I've had this journal magazine for a couple years, actually. It's one of her first ones, I think, from 2 years ago. And I've been trying to find some time to just collage with some of the things inside because I love the aesthetic of all of the pictures and the just the vibe of what they're doing there in Waco, and I love her style. So I did tear out magazines and I cut them up, and I'm just getting ready here to get ready to collage. That's my kind of focus today, is collage, just putting some things on the paper to make a background. And so I'm using here some gesso, some clear gesso, and I've had it for a while. I use it for my Bible journaling pages. It kind of preps them and makes them hold the mediums nicely. So I'm just adding this, and I decided to use it as my glue or my quote unquote Mod Podge piece. And I'm not exactly sure if that's what I should be using. I believe I should be using a matte medium or something like that. But this seemed to work okay, actually. So I had pre-cut a few, and then I'm just trimming a couple pages from, or a couple pieces from the pages in the Magnolia. And I found through this process that, I mean, I don't know, I did end up putting this really cool background that you'll see together, and I love the colors, and some of it gets covered. It gets covered, but I kind of think that that's part of collage. Like, you put it down and then you just layer and layer and layer on top. And so thankfully I have a lot of the pieces if I do want to see more of the background, but I ended up piling things on top because again, this is my background and I wanted my focal point to be something that you'll see in a few minutes. I actually am taking things I've learned from James Burke. I love the way he put it in perspective as far as when you're making your pages so you don't get overwhelmed. You put your background and then you sort of have your mid layer, and then you have a focal point. Actually, it's your background, your focal point, and then you have some accessories. But I wanted to kind of follow that pattern because sometimes I get overwhelmed. I don't know what to put down. And as they say, the white pages of the journal scare me, and so you don't know where to start. And so I just started. As you can see, I love this door. I would love that door on my house.
And I do end up covering up a little bit, but I'm enjoying the process of this right now. It's bringing me so much happiness. Like, it's super quiet while I'm working. I didn't have any music on or anything, which I normally do, but chose not to. And I was just humming to myself. Like, if you would have been on the wall, like a little fly on the wall, you would have probably laughed, because I was just humming a little tune, whatever came to my head, and just really loving the calm, just, I don't know, process of creating. I sort of feel like, all of these little pieces that you put together create something neat. Like, that's, again, my favorite part of watching and being inspired by other people who are doing their art. And journaling just is kind of I love it. I love words. I love writing. And my pure objective is to put words on this page. But in the meantime, I want to just make it beautiful. And so, yes, I'm just putting all kinds of things that don't really have any connection to each other, but were pages in the book. So I think I'm creating this joyful foundation for my focal point, which will be coming up in a few minutes. I'm actually using something from James Burke, and it's just so inspiring. Like, the color, I just found his YouTube, and I just have been binge watched a whole bunch of his just amazing artistic talents, and ended up getting a digital download. And it's a digital download of one of his collage pieces. It's actually the #1 collage. And if you like what you see, you should go to his Etsy shop and get you one. Because what's so neat is you can put it in it's a digital download, so you can put it in your files and then print it out. And I just think that's so neat, because you can have your little treasure chest of things. And what's kind of cool, it's easy, neat. Your stash can be hidden inside your computer guts. Oh, I love tomatoes. I can hardly wait. I was kind of thinking I should save this for a garden layout, but I have more tomatoes where these came from. And the circle punch is something I wanted to use. I was thinking originally that I would just do all circles, which I might do at another time, like a circle collage of a whole bunch of different, color of different pages. But in the meantime, I just decided to use those tomatoes and some other colors with the circle punch for just covering up some of those tiny little spaces. And yeah, I'm finding this just awesome. It's raining, and there's nothing better to be, involved in. Taking my heat tool, just drying up all that medium I'm putting down. Again, that's a gesso, and it's clear, so it dries clear. There is like white gesso and different other kinds, but maybe this is a matte medium. Like, I don't really know. I'm learning all of the pieces of what actually goes into all the little tools I've been collecting, and I guess you could say Allie Brown calls them ingredients. Like, all the different, actually the ingredients are what you're using, like the techniques you're using, but I also think that the tools you use are part of the ingredients. Like, when you're in the kitchen and you're creating a yummy, baked good or a delicious dinner for your family, you have just all the ingredients, and you try to just toss in things that you want to make it more special. And I find in this little activity today, my journaling today, that's what I was doing. I was kind of looking around my desk going, okay, what am I going to use today? Like, I didn't really have a plan. And I am a planner. Like, I have to, by nature, have to plan. I'm a teacher and have to have a plan in motion. But sometimes it's kind of nice not to plan, and just to kind of have a main idea and then just go for it. So right here, I'm just using my little paper trimmer to trim off the outside edges that are sticking off. And I thought to myself, well, maybe I'll use my other trimmer to do the top part, since the whole book wouldn't fit in that smaller trimmer. But this is a fail, because my pages are too thick. So bye-bye, that goes away. And then pulled out the old-fashioned vintage scissors I love these scissors. These are a fairly new pair that I have, and I've never had a pair like them. My sewing scissors are probably my very favorite, but obviously those aren't for paper. These are just alligator jaws. Like they just eat away. And look how just the length of the blade is, it just does the job. And so presenting James Burke's collage sheet. And I love this. Like, it is my very favorite. This saying I'm cutting out right now, um, it's just true to life because I've collected so many things, and the saying says it's not hoarding if it ends up in a journal. Like, that is so true. So that actually motivates me to just look around and then just start gluing and cutting and pasting and putting things down. And so the things you want to keep, you're keeping because they bring you joy, because there's something you think you'll use in the future. And sometimes that can create a problem because we don't have enough space for all the things we want to keep. But I just think that's the cutest little saying. And because I was collaging and using things, that little magnolia journal I've had for that magazine forever. And definitely someone might say, why are you keeping that? And this is why, because I'm going to use it and I'm going to put it in my journal. So I'm just making these my focal points. This little tag here, this is, art from James, and original art from him. And I just love his style. I love the whimsy of his art. Okay, this, problem number 2. So that particular sticker, when I printed it from the digital download, was actually upside down or the wrong way when I printed it on my laser printer, and the sticker part was on the non-printed side, so I had to reprint those. So I got it straight, got it reprinted, recut, and there are new ones sitting there ready to be stuck on. I wanted to do stickers. What's kind of cool is you can print them on cardstock, you can print them on, whatever kind of poster paper, presentation paper you want, or I did mine on sticker paper. So now I'm fighting with my acrylic ink, and I'm wanting to create a space for my focal point. So this is kind of part of the background, but I want to kind of highlight. I know, is this painful? Watching this right now is making me a little sad. Like, why did I cover up all that beautiful color? But then I said, no, this is joy. This is part of what the recipe for my little layout is. I love this little, taking paint on a little, gift card or a credit card or some old kind of card is the coolest way to apply paint. I just love that. So I'm making a little bit of space, and I'm going to layer that label sticker of that beautiful whimsical character on. And these are my paints from Target. I know a lot of people use these, and I absolutely love them. I love the colors. And every time I go to use it, though, I end up dumping out because it's kind of a thick acrylic, and it doesn't have the little, I wish it was packaged differently, but yeah, that is not the first time I've done that. So I'm using just this tool. This is a fairly new tool to my collection, and it's a mixed media tool. I can't remember exactly who makes it, but I can, if you have, leave a comment if you want to know, and I'll let you know what that is. But it actually has like these little, it's not a brush, but it has a flexible kind of like rubber material on the end, and it just is flexible, so it allows you to kind of put that in. I sort of decide, well, let's just spread some of this out with this card. Yep, just kind of moving and grooving with it. Drawing with my heat tool. This heat tool was a gift from my husband 25 years ago. This thing is kicking the heat up. It is probably my favorite craft tool. I used it in the early years and still do for embossing, but it will dry those things that I need drying quickly. It's neat. I mean, you would never use this on your hair, you'd fry it up, but it's a tool it's an industrial tool for, for the garage. I mean, it's a heavy duty crafter's tool. I'm pulling out some of this texture paste. I love this stuff. This thick texture paste, and I'm adding a little bit of color to kind of highlight those aqua blues in my layout. And I just thought, oh, I'm going to put this on a stencil. but I keep forgetting that stencils are, you know, you want to use some kind of like sponge or tackle brush. So I'm just using my good old-fashioned fingers and using that cardigan. And then I don't really necessarily love the little splotcher that I got there, but I'm just going to scrape her off. There are no mistakes. I am, you know, in art, you can always just, that's what I love. I feel like that's what we are. Like, you know, we're an amazing creation. And I think that, you know, the rough spots that we have, we can, there's always a way to sort of improve them. And so, you know, there's never ever anything you can do that would, I don't know, make this, you can make it beautiful, even if you don't like exactly what you see. I didn't want to go too deep there, but like, I enjoyed putting that texture paste down, and I ended up using my little tool, my little, it's like a little, I forget what it's called, embosser tool, to kind of scrape in that little heart and that little swirly into the texture. And when you heat it, it sort of like bubbles up, and that's actually a really cool effect. I was worried I might burn it. I've done this in other projects, but I still just love the little bloop, 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 little bubbly stuff it does. Oh, okay, so now I decide, we need some yellow in here. Yellow, yellow, all day yellow. But I find I don't have anything. I'm empty. I need new yellow. My daughter used this exact little bottle. One day she came to me, you know, bored, ready to do something, and said, Mom, can I go paint the mailbox? And she's like, I would like to use this yellow. And I was like, well, sure. I said, the answer is yes, go do it. And our mailbox looks amazing, absolutely amazing. But she used the rest of this acrylic paint, and you know what? I had enough to do what I needed to do here. I'm adding a little bit of water in my water brush, just because I wanted to add that little smear. And I like the effect. Again, just playing with the color and putting her down. Drying it all down because I'm going to now get ready to put the focal points on, which I'm super excited about. Yeah, check out these. I can't even wait. Like, it took all that is in me to just do these two, because I wanted to save the others for a different spread, but I kind of wanted to keep, I didn't want it to be too busy. Oh, I think we're busy enough here. So yeah, just love that saying. Kind of was my kind of focus for the day. I was feeling like that was crooked, but I decided if it is, it is. It's going to leave. Adding just a little bit, just binding her into my background. And at this point, I'm kind of, you can kind of see that door, and you're going to be super, maybe, you might be sad like I was, but I am going to take my India black ink in a second, because I'm actually wondering, well, where am I going to write? Like, I could have just written there, but I didn't want my words to get lost. So I wanted to add my words over a kind of black, kind of pull some more black in. So I'm taking some of this acrylic ink. Oh my goodness, golly gracious. I love this stuff. It is just smooth, like chocolatey goodness. Like, it just smears nicely. And of course, it's kind of meant to go into my fountain pen, which is awesome to use it for. But I also love and have seen this, have tried this technique to just paint down. So what I'm planning to do is write my journal entry in white gel pen. And so I'm making 2 writing spaces. That's what I'm doing here, folks. And the texture of the page is a tiny bit, you know, there is some texture. It's a little bumpy, but that's okay. That is okay, because I'm going to just write over it. And while it might be a little more challenging, it ends up being okay. And this is so fun to watch dry. Like, when you watch it, you know what? I'm probably one of those people that could watch paint dry and be happy about it. Like, I love watching ink dry. It just dries so nice and lovely. I smear out a couple puddles here because I just definitely want to have it dry quicker so I can get my words down. Anyway, I hope you guys are enjoying and doing things that you love to do. I hope this inspires you. Like, you know what? If you have some paint around the house, there is nothing, like if you have a little bit of time to kill, like I know we're all doing a variety of things, spending a lot of time maybe reading or watching different kinds of fun shows or baking. This though, I can't get enough of it. I just keep going back to my desk and I'm just like, what can I do now? What can I practice now? And it's been a really good way for me to spend my time. So I have these really cool blah, blah, blah. I have these really cool stencil numbers, number stencils, I guess, and they're little squares of each number, but they're sticky on the back, and they're you stick it down and they come right back, but the sticky stays on there, and they're so convenient. And I actually like the size. They're not too big, not too small. They're just right for some projects. And I'm writing a 22 here because it's April 22nd. And I remember, you know what, to make those gold twos stand out, I should definitely outline them. So I am outlining it with my Jelly Roll pen. It's a black Jelly Roll pen, and I love my set of Jelly Rolls. I actually would like to get a couple other sets. Daisy, you stay quiet. Guarding the house from the Amazon driver. Anyway, that Sharpie, my gold Sharpie is what I use to fill in those twos for 22. But then I decided I definitely needed to outline it. And my Jelly Roll, I kind of wanted it to just be sort of messy and give the page a little bit of a bright spot. So I thought that was kind of a fun way to do it. Yeah, again, those stencil numbers are really fun. I think I got them at like Hobby Lobby. I don't know why stencils for numbers are so hard to find in the right sizes. There's sometimes when you see someone use one, it's not available or it's discontinued. So I'm kind of trying to, stencils have become one of my favorite things to use. So what I just put down right there is this stuff. It's called Lindy's Moonshadow Mist. And it's, I don't really know exactly what it's made from, but it's the color Long John Silver. So it's like a silver shadow mist. And it comes in to you in like a powder inside the bottle. Like you add water, shake it up, and it will probably last me till I have grandkids and those kids have kids. Like it looks like it will go a long way. And I just like the effect. It's hard to see right now on the camera, but it's another little ingredient to my recipe for this particular little page. So again, this mixed media, I'm trying to find my art style. Like I don't really have an art style. I love anything pretty. I love anything colorful. I like pastels. I like brights. I like black. I like white. I like whimsical. I like serious. Like I don't really know. I'm kind of one of those people that, you know, if it has a happy mood, I'm happy. And so I'm kind of, again, trying to find what I love to do. And so far right now, mixed media, just layering and color and tools, like just putting it on the page and not having that piece to hinder me or have to be too perfect. Right there, I used one of my favorite tools. It's called a Dymo, like, labeler. My parents had one way back, and that's how like our boxes were labeled, or shoe box. Anyway, it's a total vintage tool that's making a comeback, and I think it's awesome. And I just put I typed out collage creation because I haven't collaged since I was probably in kindergarten. Like I really haven't done a collage, so I'm finding this is something I really want to do. I'm using my big jumbo date stamper. I love this thing super much. I use it in my Bible journaling or anywhere I need a date. But I went ahead and covered the 22. So like generally it has the month, the date, and then the year. But I thought that looked kind of cool where I just kind of made it so that the April and the 2020 were showing. And now you're going to just see me quickly put you on speed so you don't have to painfully walk through my journaling, but I just wanted to journal on camera and just put my thoughts down for the day as I've made this video, and kind of just a short and sweet, simple little journal entry with my white Signo gel pen. Love that white stuff. It is such fun ink. Sometimes it is a little challenging to write words, like, I don't know, it doesn't flow as well all the time. And actually I have two, and one of them writes better than the other one. So I'm not exactly sure why. And I think I have my one that doesn't write as well, but I kind of was like, it's okay. Let's just go with it. And I love framing things. So I had a frame around that journaling and a few little tick marks around on top. And you know, I'm thinking to myself, there's more I could add, but I'm going to call it a day and just eat up all of this fun color. So there you have it, some collage mixed media, and I hope that you were inspired a little today. Whether it's rainy or sunny where you are, splash around in your own creativity and just find the joy. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in my next video. Bye!